Hello and welcome back to Tuesday's vlog. This feels a bit strange because I haven't done a video in be pushing nearly a week and a half now. Obviously I've been on holiday for that week. Just if you guys have watched my previous video, the Berwick one that we did, just to save any confusion about the Jubilee celebrations, I actually recorded that a couple of months ago when it was the Jubilee, just in case anybody's wondering what's he yapping on about the Jubilee thing and all the rest of it. I just thought I had it on there, I forgot to upload it back then, and it just got left, and I thought, well, at least it's a fitting video to upload for the week I'm off, because it actually is in exactly the same place, and we pretty much did exactly the same things there. So I hope you've enjoyed it. It was a fantastic holiday. I mean, the only downside of it is the old dog somehow injured himself on the very last day. He's getting better there now. I think he's just pulled something in his one of his back legs or something, but that kind of didn't spoil the end of a holiday, but it put a downer on it, you know. So he's resting this week. He's walked the garage today, but I think for the rest of the week, I think my mum and my partner I'm just going to keep him at home, just to let him rest. He is 9, he's an old man. So yeah, anyways, that's that. So I hope in the last week that yous have all had a good week. What have yous been up to? Obviously it's the last day of the school holidays today. My son's back tomorrow. Some of them have went in today, so we'll all get some peace. We've certainly had an active holiday, let's put it that way. I've tried to think what I recorded on the video last time to go through things, but it was great. Found a few extra little routes down the back of the campsite on the East Coast main line. I didn't realise on the video I've uploaded that there's a bridge goes over at the back of the site, so you can watch all the trains coming and going. It's fantastic. I wish I should have recorded it, because there's the big bridge in the distance which goes across Berwick, and you actually see it come across there, and then within a few minutes it comes back on itself and comes on the back of the campsite. It was absolutely fantastic there, it really was. It's a great site. I highly recommend going there if you're into caravanning. Even just going for the day to Spittal, make sure you visit the Riverside Cafe at Spittal. It's on the entrance into Berwick, actually. Highly recommend that. Cracking little cafe to go to. But anyways, back to cars. Right, where we're at. So, my cars for a start. The ZX. Hopefully, I've got hopefully, some indoor storage for that over the winter. I'm hoping maybe at the beginning of October, I'm still working on it with the guy, may be able to get it locked away. I've got the rear axle bushes to do on that, and I might take a little bit more tension off the timing belt tensioner, or I can get a timing belt, brand new timing belt kit for £12, a Dago one, and I might order one in and have a look at the quality of the tensioner, because the belt's brand new, and just stick a new tensioner on, because I have heard funny reports. Well, my partner's Astra, we had massive issues with Gates' timing belts. Be very, very careful with Gates' timing belts at the moment. The tensioners are absolutely rubbish. I might just order, for the sake of £12, that Dago timing belt kit for it. Not change the belt or anything, just simply lock the engine out and swap the tensioner over. I don't know, we'll see. I might just take the whole lot off and redo it, but I need to check the quality of the tensioner. So that's progress with the ZX. There's a car show on at Morpeth on Saturday I was going to take it to, but I'll take my parents to the airport, so I'll just be turning up to that one as a visitor. I wouldn't be able to get sorted. I've got my daughter as well, so that's that. The new project, I may have to reveal. I've got the video ready to upload. The new car, the Accord went. That's sold. I don't know if you remember, I was saying that went. Obviously, I had all the hassle with that guy. And so now I've got me new. I'm down to 4 cars. I've got the ML, which will be going off the road once I finish caravanning. The ZX, the Jeep. These are cars on the road. And the new one. And I'm debating what to do, because the new one, I am actually quite keen of it. I do like it. And I'm debating what to do with the Jeep. So I'll just put it out there. Just if any of you are interested in the Jeep, I'm going to run this new car for at least this month. Just see how it is, see how much I trust it. I'm going to MOT it at some point. It's not due till October, but you can do it a month early. So I'm going to do that. Just check it over generally. I've got some bits actually here for it, but if I show you them, I'll give away what it is because they're branded. A few little jobs I want to do on it. Yeah, so that's my plan with that one. But I'm going to see how it goes. But if any of you are interested in the Jeep, let us know. Just like I've mentioned, just send a message on normal YouTube. There's my numbers on there, or go onto Facebook and send us a message via that. I don't know yet. I don't even know prices, what I would ask for it or anything. But if you guys have all seen what I've done to that car, crikey, there's a list the length longer than my arm of things that's been done. I'm still debating. Unless it's a good price, I don't think I will sell it. But if I can get by with this new car that I've got just for over the winter, while the other ones are off the road, I don't know. I think it's just going to be more money just sitting there getting used once in a while. So that's that anyways. There, what's going on. I'm going to have to try and keep that car out the way for, I don't know when I'm going to do the reveal yet. But yeah, we'll see. I might get that uploaded midweek later on this week. So what's in today? Not a great deal. I just want to go through and just show you a few things. I've got this new Focus in. It's in for first MOT, I think. On the other first MOT, 19 plate. So this is the new 1 litre EcoBoost. And I must say, I haven't driven one. I haven't worked on one. I can't give you 100%. But I will say, it looks a damn sight better than the old EcoBoom. It has been completely revamped. Now, I'm hoping what's in here, you just have the wet belt on them. The rubber belt that runs in oil. I'm hoping, I can't tell because I can't see inside of it, I'm hoping they've gone to a normal, conventional timing chain. If they have, that's an immediate thumbs up from the old engine. And it just looks so much less complicated. Nice, simple vacuum solenoid there, boost solenoid, down the back. Just a single boost pipe going round. Nothing too ridiculous. I mean, yes, this is in a Focus, and these new Focus are a big car, a really big car. But even in the Fiestas and stuff, I'm just hoping they've pulled their finger out. It's still the 999cc, 1 litre, 3-cylinder, turbo obviously. But even this inlet manifold and everything, you can physically see the thing. Where the other one, you couldn't. You know, all the bits that you need to get to, sensors and stuff. I mean, I bet you there'll be some sort of a jobs on it, but it definitely have minimalised it. I would imagine, I think these have got 125, 130 brake horsepower out of a 3-cylinder 1 litre. They're never going to last forever. Do not buy one of these things, especially like a Focus Estate, and put a tow bar on it and think just because it's got 130 brake, you're going to be able to tow a caravan. Yes, it will, but you will reduce the life of the engine. But yeah, I am quite happy with the looks of it for now. We shall see. But I just wanted to show you guys that. Up to now, thumbs up. We'll see as these cars start getting more miles and become older. It's the ST line one, this, and it's quite an alright spec actually. The usual, just like that Fiesta I had in before we broke up. You know, that just feels like 2 seconds ago when I was bringing that Fiesta back here. I've had a week's holiday since. So yeah, the usual Ford stuff. Just like I say, not a great deal to talk about. I think it's his first or second MOT. Got this Cougar in with a running fault. It's coming up with a jammed EGR valve, but I've used the scanner and done an actuation on it, and it's moving freely back and forwards. But the problem is with these, they're quite a big job. I don't think the guy wants to spend too much money. They're buried down there, and they're really expensive as well. So, I mean, again, like I've showed you, it's a Ford Cougar, and what do you see there? Citroen and Peugeot. So, you know, it's not a Ford engine at all. So, what I'm going to do with this is, it's cleared itself out, and the guy, I don't think, drives this very hard. I don't think it's been getting enough regen. So, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take it out for a regen with the scanner. I've put a fuel additive in, a strong one. And I'm going to take it out and do a regen, it's not what you call a manual regen, because I'm not keen of those, because you have to sit and have the engine revving a bit stationary, and I do not like that whatsoever. So you basically use the scanner and you force a regen while you're driving, which you've got to do 7 mile constantly at certain revs. This stuff, this Cataclean, is a very good product to use, very strong. So what I'm hoping is get it up nice and hot, do a few regens. Hopefully, obviously the EGR is the exhaust gas recirculation, so naturally it should help. It's as much as I can do. But the only thing was, he tows a caravan with it, and these have got quite a bit of power to start with. Actually, they're not too bad. what I've suggested is rather than spending all that money getting it repaired, which will be quite a lot, replaced, is he was on about wanting a remap anyways for ton. What you can get done is on a stage 1 remap, you can also get the EGR valve deactivated, like switched off, deleted, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't involve any plates being put in. It just tells the car's computer to switch the EGR off. It just puts it to 0 and leaves it at 0. So there's nothing for an MOT to see because nothing's been faffed with. It all still sits there. It just never opens anymore. Just stays closed all the time, which is what you want. You get better miles per gallon. It'll not clog up again, but it is probably already clogged up, but it won't do any harm when it's not working. So that's what I was going to suggest to him. And normally in the price of a remap, like I've had done on loads of my cars, they kind of do it for free. If you're getting a stage 1 remap while they're in there using the equipment, they just switch it off. That's my advice to him. See if he does. But to be honest, that kind of job, it just looks like a complete sod. And we're that busy the next few days, I can't fit it in. And like what with them, when you've got them stripped down, it's taking up a space, and we need both lifts up and running all the time. So unfortunately, it's not something I'm going to get too involved with. You might think I ship a lot of jobs out, but to faff on with that for hours and hours, and now a nasty, dirty job as well, like, and there's loads of inaccessible little bolts in the wrong way and everything. I could be on doing a service, making cracking money. I could be on doing brakes, suspension, which is what pays the bills. Faffing jobs like that, they're okay when you don't have a garage like ours. Like, as you can see, when that's out the way, you've got a car on this lift which you need to use up and down, therefore you need to get it out. They've got this lift here, so the only free space we've got is either here, which means you can't use the lift, or you can't get cars in and out, or put it on this area of this lift, then you're down to one lift. So we don't have, that's why we don't on jobs like timing belts, clutches, and massively faffing on stripping down jobs, because it snarls the garage up. And when it snarls the garage up, you're losing your bread and butter jobs, the ones that actually pay the bills, the ones that are there. Where we're faffing jobs like that, it isn't. And there's so many other lights coming up. There's like anti-skid, ABS, traction control stuff, all that, and I'm just a little bit wary. I've never dealt with them too much, and I'd sooner just send it away. It's not really something that I want to get too involved with without sitting down and doing some extensive research on it. But when I get in from work, I want to be sitting down, doing my YouTube channel, seeing my kids, seeing my partner, not sitting on an evening faffing on with my phone and searching fault codes of what it could be, what it can be, what it may be. It just doesn't sometimes pay. And then you end up ordering the part, which costs an absolute fortune, doing the job, fitting it. There's not really any real ways bar doing active testing, which I've done, which was a bit strange how it moved on the active test, which was odd. Which is why I'm a little bit suspicious. So the car does get tickled along. So what I am going to do now, like I've mentioned, is just go out and give it a full regen on a 7-mile stretch, because it's quiet at the minute, on the A1. Do that with the additive in, let that run through, and go from there, see if the lights all, and if they keep coming back on, then obviously I'll have to send them elsewhere. I don't just send people elsewhere, I speak to the people involved. I know people in the trade who do these things, so I always help. But in a polite way, I just kind of say, nah, we're not getting involved. We've just more or less turned ourselves into a fast fit centre, basically. Servicing, brakes, suspension, like I mentioned. It's better work, easier work, decent money, much better money, less hassle, and we don't have our garage snarled up. If I had a bigger garage, I would take jobs on, put them in a corner, and just tell the customer it'll be ready when I phone you. Unfortunately here, we haven't got that option. So I'll leave that here today, guys. I'm just sorry if I'm a bit off. I'm just finding it a little bit difficult getting back into the swing of things. Like I've said, I've had a full week off, but a long week off. Obviously Friday I was away, obviously all last weekend, this week. Then I've had this long weekend. I've had both kids on my own every day. Like my partner, since we got back on Saturday, she's worked Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I've come straight back from a full-on holiday, which is very time demand, as you'll know, with a 2-year-old who's hard work and a 5-year-old. Both winding each other up. They've had our heads spinning, and the 2 dogs, again, crazy, and obviously the older dog injuring himself. So I'm just, my head, obviously, like I haven't even had time to have a break. Like I said, like yesterday, both kids all day on my own with my partners at work and 2 dogs. Just hard work, guys. To be honest, me and my partner have been struggling. Because I was just saying to her the other day, you know, it was my birthday in October last year, and we had a night out. We got a hotel, and we had a few drinks on the evening. Bar that was my sister's 30th in July, and we had a few hours in Newcastle to ourselves after the meal. Just a few hours, and then back home, like on the, you know, like 10, 11 o'clock. We've had no breaks. Like, our daughter now is 2.5. Yeah, maybe a bit older. In fact, she starts her first day in pre-nursery on Thursday. And we haven't had a meal, a night out, cinema, even just to walk the dogs on my own. We haven't had a break. We've never get that opportunity to just have a bit of time to ourselves. So what I did was, yesterday, sitting in the soft play, the little one had a sleep. My son, he was playing. I went on my phone and I booked me and my partner for, actually it is the first few days of October, a spa day. I just thought, do you know what it is? Sod it, we need to have a break. I didn't even ask people. I just basically texted my mum and dad, said, on that date, you're going to have Olivia and Charlie and have the dogs, please. Didn't even kind of ask. I told them, hoping they weren't away at that time, which they weren't, and we're having a break. It's a nice two-person, what was that thing called? Voucher. Went on there, 2 people obviously, 2 treatments of your choice in a full afternoon or evening in the spa. So I think we'll get there about 3. Our treatment's at 6, so we'll hopefully get home for about 9. And then obviously my plan is have the full day. We're just going to get the bus, because if we got the train we would have to park the car, which means we wouldn't have a drink. So we're just going to get the bus, maybe 10 o'clock to Newcastle in the morning, get there for about 11, have a few hours, bit walk round, get to the spa for about 3, get there, have our treatments, happy days. So yeah, quite looking forward to that. We've been to a few spas before, but never had the massage, the choice of any 2 massages. So happy days, that's what we're going to do. The reason I'm in the office here, somebody else come in. I've been interrupted about 5 times in the last few minutes. So yeah, I'll leave that there, guys. I'll catch you on Wednesday. But I just thought I'd show you the old boy here. He's full of beans, but he's still not right. He's a bit sore, aren't you? I'm trying to see him. You okay? Yeah, he's injured one of his, I don't know if it's something on his hip or on his paw or something, but he's in, you can tell it's not, he can walk okay, but he's quiet. Like all when we've got an ache or a bit of pain, it does tire you out, you know, and he's an old man, aren't you, son? Obviously jealous here, the little one, he doesn't understand. I feel bad on him because I've keep giving him wrong for jumping around and not giving him as much attention, but he doesn't understand. But yeah, it's put us on a little bit of a downer, guys. I'm sorry if I'm going to be a bit negative this week, but I'm not. I don't like him when he's lying like that. He's not interested in the mornings when we get up. He's normally waiting at the door, jumping around, barking, and I don't like it when he's like that. It, as you can see, he's I don't know. He's like my first child. He's 9-year-old. Before I had any of me kids, any of me dogs, he was the first. He was my number one. So it's. I'm not gonna lie. I'm soft with animals, and it's getting us down a little bit. I don't like him like that, and I'm a bit scared to take him to the vets because I don't want them starting to prod and poke at him. I've got insurance for him, but I'm just letting him have a week of rest. He can walk. He isn't limping, but he's in some kind of pain. Obviously, I've been giving him pain relief. Proper pet stuff, but we'll see. We'll leave that there for now, and I'll catch you on Wednesday's vlog. I'll catch you soon, guys. Hello, welcome to Wednesday's vlog. Just going to be a quick one today because I've got a few things to get on with. I did want to put this car in. I think I did a review on this. I don't even know if I've uploaded it from when I very started the channel, when I used to do quite a few reviews. I definitely did one on this car. It might still be in my catalogue of things to upload, God knows. But these are, it's the Kia Sorento 7-seater 4-wheel drive. Probably, I would say, my favourite car of the range of Kia. And what's the one that Hyundai do? Same car. Santa Fe. The Hyundai Santa Fe, also cracking car. These are your 2.2 diesel. I think these have got over 200 brake horsepower on paper. Never seen or heard too many problems about them. The main issue with these are the diffs have issues, or the transfer box, which again just change the fluids, try not to hammer them too much, you know, get them serviced. They're never normally a bother. So yeah, this is just in for MOT and service. Got the genuine Kia parts here. because these, remember, I've got a 7 or 8 year warranty. So I'm just using the genuine stuff. I do tend to find Kia and Hyundai do some reasonably priced service kits as well. But I do like the grille. It's got all sorts of fancy lights. There's a cornering light, a fog light, the LED lights on it. They really are a nice car. All the front parking sensors, diamond cut wheels. Obviously, it's the 4-wheel drive one. Got to admit, I do like these. They are rather nice. They've obviously got the full leather interior, heated seats. It's got the proper 4-wheel drive locking. It's not a full lock and diff, but a centre lock and diff. You've got the stop start. You've got the steering modes. Have these got the heated steering wheels or not? Some do, some don't. I can't remember. I was looking for. Yes, it has. Down there. I'll open the door just to show you. Got all the tech that you would need. Heated steering wheel, heated seats. Obviously, our climate, the nice media system, which I'll just switch on. All the sat-nav built into it. Nice digital dash as well on there. Yeah, just generally a nice place to be. And you've got obviously all your traction control, electric folding mirrors. And again, into the back, which I do like with these, obviously, that's got all the child seating. Heated rear seats. 2-stage as well. 2-stage heated rear seats. That's limousine spec, that is. I mean, that's a premium car, this. Back in the day, in A6 S-Line, that hasn't got heated back seats. The limousine versions do. But for a normal, average Kia family car to have heated rear seats, and they do it on the smaller ones, the Sportage have this as well. Little things like that, for me, is a thumbs up. You've got your rear ventilation for the backseat passengers, along with various USB charging points. But yeah, they're just a really nice. And I've actually been in this car. This is one of my family members. Me and Holly were in the back of this car, on the back seats, 2 adults, and we're fitted, honestly, with ease. Look at the size of that boot. It's huge. But what I do like on this car, which was my biggest argument or point when I was a child, in my younger times, was when you're stuck in the back of a car and there's no ventilation. I'll just show you on this A6, what I mean. Just see if that doesn't catch that. Like, this is a normal hatchback, and it's nice because you've got your ventilation here in the B post, and you've also got your ventilation down there. There's nothing worse, especially in a 7-seater, when you're rammed in the back and you've got no ventilation. But with this, you've got a proper rear air conditioning. It's a proper air conditioning system as well. So you've got a vent to blow on you, and there's another one, obviously, for the other side passenger, just there. So obviously all this folds up. You can see it's got the seat belts, but you can fit 7 adults in this car. It's not those useless little systems like the Safieras where you can fit toddlers in the back. It's a proper 7-seater car. I think they've got a good towing capacity of about 2 ton, which is more than enough for the average size caravan. So this has got the tow bar on. Yeah, just generally a nice car. There's not much to speak about mechanically, so I'm not going to record it. I'm just doing a basic walk-round review while it's in the garage. So yeah, service, they're not too bad for service. And I will say, though, they are an absolute nightmare for the fuel filters. I did it a couple of years ago, or last year on this one. It's buried down there. Absolutely awful. And it's the same with all the Kias. But yet, for the flipping air filter, you just pull that open and you're in. So they've made it super easy for the air filter and super hard for the fuel filter. So yeah, that's what this is in for. Service and MOT. Nothing really else to speak of. There won't be any, can't see there being any issues. I'll just have a look on the back here just to correct what I was saying. Mustn't have it on. I'm sure it's 7 or 8 years on the 7 year. So, you know, this is still under the warranty now, getting the Kia parts. And that's what they call that diesel. It's an eco-dynamic. Unfortunately, it's within the age, of course. You've got to have all the rubbish like the stop-start and the DBFs. But this car's never been any bother. It did actually have to get a diff repair or something like that. And it was all done. Oil leak. And they stuck a new diff, I believe, on it. So, happy days. Nice car. And I mean, I think you can even get the higher specs again with all the glass roof and everything, but I don't really think you need it, to be honest. Nice roof rails on them, factory tinted windows. Yeah, definitely. I would have one, 100%, one that had been looked after, at least anyways. The only other thing that's in date is this caddy over here, which is, you've seen it before. I just want to show you just on the back again, with this being a converted one. It's got all the usual chopped up chassis underneath. You probably can't see. You've seen this has been on the lift. If you go through my other weekly vlogs, you'll see what I mean. Same as the Transporter. but unfortunately it needs must. This is the vehicle that works in a local school where there's quite a lot of disabled pupils who obviously need this van, so it comes in for monthly checks just so we can give it a once over so that it's safe obviously for the carriage people around in it. So that's really it today. I'm just going to get back to you when I've done a few other jobs on the car that I'm working on, but I'm using that as a separate vlog. So we'll leave that here. Like I said, there's not much today. I've got so much coming in this afternoon I need to get on with. I haven't got time to record, so I'll catch you on what day I want today, on Thursday's vlog, guys. Catch you soon. Just thought I'd show you underneath. I said it was the end, but I just thought I'd show it. I just want to point out these big shockers. Nice to see that they've upgraded things. You know, it is a 7-seater, so it is nice to actually see that they've gone to it. You know, the back arms, these can be prone to rusting. I'm just going to spray a bit of stuff on them, but that ain't good, Nick. But that's one thing to keep an eye out on these Kias. Back subframe, nice enough. I mean, you know, the usual lines of where manufacturers don't protect, where personally I think they should have just covered these chassis legs. Spare wheel underneath, a bit like the L200s. Nice diamond cut alloy like these, slung underneath. Never been on the road, and it'll be absolutely knackered. I mean, the weight is rusting off. All this aluminium is just gone. I can guarantee, I can't show you, but I can guarantee if you want to bring it down, all the diamond face on it will be ruined. So it's just a shame why they don't just put them inside or find some way of protecting them better. But slinging an alloy wheel underneath, a nice one at that, and leaving it open to the elements is just stupidity. But that's gone across all manufacturers for years. Yeah, so yeah, they're nice, huge units on there. Like, I didn't expect them being as big. This is the electronic rear diff. I believe this was replaced or something. Plastic fuel tank, nice to see. And I mean, just a few things what people say, you know, like when I refer like Kia, Hyundai, they're the same companies that are just there. Look, you know, Hyundai, Kia, everything that's on these vehicles are shared with other vehicles. It's exactly the same as VAG. See, they're Kia, and then there'll be Hyundai printed. It's just across the whole vehicle, you know. So just that's to be expected. Simple enough exhaust. Your usual knock sensor here right at the back, going into these where, you know, the modules can knock up. But bar that, it's quite simple for one of these. The DPF up there, electronic steering rack. I mean, you can see up there the turbo and that. Front subframes keeping good enough, Nick. These stupid cardboard like material under trays are a bit of a waste of time, but that's on all cars nowadays. But yeah, quite a nice, basic enough, and I think probably something that'll stand the test of time. Okay, well, if this was mine, I would definitely be getting a land guard protection on it, just to keep it right. You know, you can just see little bits here, which would be nice to have it treated. Just, you know, like up here around the chassis. But that's just for everybody to do on their own accord, whether or not they want to spend the money. But there we go. Just thought I would show that. Seemed a bit pointless giving you a good review of a car on the top and not showing you underneath. So at least you've seen the full car. So if you're interested in getting one or thinking about getting one, at least you can watch this and go off that. So I'll catch you tomorrow on Thursday's vlog. Hello and welcome to Thursday's vlog. Couple of interesting things in the day, bit different. I'll see what I can record because today's been quite busy already this morning. I've walked my daughter in because it's her first day at nursery, so at about 12 o'clock I'm heading out to go and see her in. I've got all sorts of other bits and bobs, like personal things I've got to do, but I've got a few different in the day. An XF, I believe this before I even start working on it, it's the 3 litre diesel, the V6. Quite a nice car actually, but I know what these are built like. I know what the reliability are. I know the rot a bit. Let's just see if there's any starting already. Or not. It's not too bad, this one, actually. I love the look of them. I like how they drive. I like the interiors. There's nothing I would say, you know, I dislike, as they are absolutely fantastic. You know, how the little gear knob, and I'll show you when we move it. They are a cracking car, but would I own one? Definitely not, because the price of parts for them are insane. The reliability is not the best. So yeah, I do really like them. I mean, I even like this bit of LED on the side there when you just open the door, just illuminating the car. It is nice, I must admit. But this car is a bit of a rarity now, a Mazda 626. I went with these people down the country on some we used to quite often go on them on jaunts. Paul, if you're watching this, we bought this with insane low miles. I think it had like 20,000, like 20, just click 20. I think it had like 19,000 miles on. And it was like a brand new car. It had been garaged from brand spanking new. The old guy had either stopped driving, passed away, one of the two, something like that. And underneath it was like brand new. But unfortunately, that was a lot of years ago, and we had advised quite a few times. I told them, I said, get it in and get loads of wax oil sprayed underneath early on though, and they didn't. And now unfortunately it's starting to, and my dad both agree, these Mazdas, they can be fine 1 minute and literally the next minute, theoretically speaking, go downhill massively. They don't just have a period of like gradually going downhill. These things just drop like a rock when it comes to the rot. They can literally be in 1 year and they're fine, and the next year, I mean, just last year this all wasn't too bad. It's just they do not take well whatsoever to rust. All the Mazdas, and I'll say right from old ones like this to the new ones, they are absolutely terrible, unfortunately. But this is a cracking old car. Do you know that? The engines in them are bulletproof. Yes, they look a bit boring if that's how you want to think your car looks, but I think it looks cracking, mainly because it's different. It's just a different car to the norm. I just wonder if the mileage shows. I don't know if it's been locked. Oh, it's been left open. Let's have a look here. So it's only still now got on, only just clicked 40,000. And they're just a nice car. There's nothing exciting about them. There's nothing that's going to blow your world away. But, you know, it's got all the stuff you want. Air conditioning, electric sunroof. Just a nice car. And it'll be a shame if this one doesn't get through its MOT. It's in for 2 days to be checked. Mechanically wise, it's probably okay. But unfortunately, I'm not sure if rust's going to be an issue. We shall see. We shall see, because it's been a little while since I've had this one on the lift. This one, another vehicle, like I mentioned, I'll just swing this round. What I do offer to particular people, if I can be bothered, if I've got the time, if I'm not busy, is a service where, I don't know, I see people on these Facebook channels that call themselves a fancy name, like a vehicles consultant, a sales consultant, or some stupid thing like that. Basically, what it is, I know a lot about cars. I'm a mechanic. I know what's good. I know what's bad. And what I offer a lot of my decent customers, even in my free time on evenings and weekends, if they're considering buying a car, I'll happily go along with them and just pose as a family member or a friend and just listen. This is how I know a lot of this bump dealers try to fake people into stuff, lie, mislead. I'm quite often sat there listening to it all, pretending to be like know nothing. I just play dumb, just see what they do, see what they say, and just basically overlook the sale and just make sure the person buys the right car. I do the research. I do as good as a check as I can do, and obviously the first day they get it back, even if I'm closed, I'll open up the garage and we'll give it a once over, so it's within your cooling off period. So if any of you guys are local and you are considering buying, you know, like I'm not talking about a flipping 200 quid car. I can't be bothered with that kind of stuff. I mean, if you're considering spending considerable money, 10, 15, 20, 30,000 pound, I'm happy to come out to give you a peace of mind. You know, I don't really charge much. Sometimes I don't even charge anything, few beers, something like that, or just a general goodwill gesture, you know, for me time, the fact I'm not with my family and stuff. So I offer that. So back to the point of this Yaris, which I've done with a lot of Toyotas. I went with this guy, Tony's called, cracking fella. Crikey, going back some years, I've known Tony now since I've been a kid. I always remember, but he had a Peugeot 206 GTI Y-Reg. Funny enough, same age as that, in that lovely, what was it called? I forgot that lovely burgundy red colour, and I bought that off him years ago. He had a car before this, I forgot what it was now. I wish I hadn't sold it now, because them 206 GTIs are becoming rare, and his was lovely. But anyways, I went with him to Toyota. It was Hodgson at the time. These were a cracking dealership. You know how much I pull these companies to bits. These were cracking. Stoneacre now have took over them, unfortunately, and I can't say the same about them. I've not had very good reports, especially another old lady. I got her a car like this, and they just completely messed around, making her drive back and forwards. I'll not get into it. I was going to do a separate video. I was absolutely disgusted at that service. But Hodgson, unfortunately, now are no longer. They were cracking. Very, very good. I had absolutely top respect for them guys. So anyways, this is a lovely one. I picked them out. He wanted silver, he wanted a Yaris hybrid. You can't get much better. This is the XL spec, so it's got the full panoramic. I think it's XL, excuse if I got that wrong. The full glass panoramic roof, probably locked, which it is. But it's got the cruise control, it's got the electric folding mirrors, the sat nav, all the bits that you want, all the good stuff. And he's absolutely loved it ever since. He's really looked after it. He gets it in all the time when it needs servicing. And with this one, remember, all these hybrids are free tax up until 2017. So any 17 plate onwards, you pay about 140, 150 quid a year, no matter whether it's a great big 3 litre monster like that, or a hybrid little 1 litre or something like that. These are 1.5. I'm using that as a reference. You could have the Toyota Aygo 1 litre 3-cylinder, or you could have a 10 litre flipping American muscle car. Apart from the initial first year payments, the taxes are all the same. But before 2017, like this one is a 66, it just missed it, so this is the free tax. And then those ones with a £20 tax, a £30 tax, basically like the tax band. Funny enough, referring to this again, any car from Y-Reg onwards is, well, we'll start before that. X-Reg, which was before the Y, is PLG tax. So it's basically any car with an engine with a CC below, it's like 15 something, basically below 1.6 is, like my ZX is 1.4, swing this round, is a 1.4, and that's the lower tax band. I think it's like 170 quid, and anything 1.6 or over is nearly £300. So there was only 2 tax bands before, basically X-Reg and older, 2 tax bands, PLG. So you've got your, like I said, below 1.6, 170-ish a year, above 1.6 and including 1.6 is 300 quid, which really pees me off when you have a 1.6 car, in an older one, and you're paying flipping 300 quid tax for a 1.6, where again, referencing that, you could have a 10 litre and it would be the same price. Bit shit that. Then after Y-Reg and onwards, up to, so basically from Y-Reg to 17 plate, we've got the tax bands that most people are familiar with. You've got your free road tax for a few of the cars that comply with that. Most of the hybrids are. And then you've got your next one up, which are a few of your little 1 litres. And believe it or not, even in great big cars like the 5 Series, 3 Series, and the Insignias and stuff, we're getting the £20 tax. Then we had the £30 tax. Believe it or not, Y-Reg, do you know one of the first cars that completed for £30 a year road tax? The Mark IV Astra, like the one I've got in the garage, the old one, they made an Eco 4 one of those, and they were one of the very first cars ever made, which on a Y-Reg as well, which were £30 tax. Now, I bet you didn't know, all the way back to 2001, over 20 years ago, £30 tax did exist. And the little Clios, a few of the Clios, which first come out with the 1500 DCI, a few of them completed for that as well, the £30 a year tax. The early ones, you know, like the 51 plate, 02, they got it. And then it went on from there. So as you know, and then in that tax band, it goes from obviously free up to £260. But like I've mentioned to you, there's another break in the tax band between 06 plate, and I'm not sure when it ended after that. There was a date, I think, somewhere along the line, like 13 it ended, was the horrific tax band, which was £700, £700 a year, which, like my Jeep, my ML, all those vehicles would comply for that. If you remember me Freelander 1 that I had, if you have a 55 plate Freelander 1, 2 litre diesel automatic, it's £360 a year tax. If it's an 06 plate, exactly the same car, it's nearly £700. So whenever you're buying an 06 plate car, or newer, and it's a big engine, or a pollutant kind of big engine, be very, very careful and look up, otherwise you could be paying £700 tax, which could be worth more than the car you're actually buying. Then, like I've said, 17 plate onwards, no more free tax bar full electric. So even all that they offered was, again, we're back to 2 bands, alternative fuel cars, which are hybrids. Don't even know if LPG cars and stuff exist anymore, but those were only a 10% discount, a £10 discount, so to speak. So basically, you've got a standard car, whether it's a petrol, diesel, doesn't matter what size engine. Like I've said, it could be a 1 litre or a 10 litre. It's the same price. I think they're running at something like £160 now. Don't quote us on these figures. I haven't researched before speaking. For argument's sake, say they're £160 a year for every car on the road that's 17 plate, regardless of the emissions or the size of the engine. Once they're over 5 years old, say, argument's sake, 160 quid, and then you've got an alternative fuel car, which are about a tenner cheaper at 150 quid, which are your hybrids and things like that. So there's been a big change in the taxes and stuff. It's a good thing in a way, the new rules, where every car's the same regardless of the size of the engine. Because it was getting a bit pathetic where you could have, paying £700 tax for a Freelander on an 06, and then on a 55 it was 300 quid. It's just ridiculous, and it was getting to the point where they're doing that's what they wanted, so people were having to scrap perfectly good cars for no reason. So anyways, that's enough waffle. Just thought I would go through a bit of this. I'm going to get the XF into the garage, but I just want to show you this thing first. This would do my head in, absolutely do my head in. Have you seen the size of the key for this thing? You could knock somebody out with that, and look what's on it, a fairy. I don't feel right walking around a garage with a fairy hanging off a key like that. And have you seen the size of that? I couldn't be bothered trying to fit that in my pocket, I'll tell you. But anyways, we'll get the Jag in the garage and we'll give it a check over, and we'll see where we get to from there. And the Mazda, but that's actually in really for tomorrow, so we'll see where we get to, guys. Sorry to waffle on, just thought I would add a little bit of information into it rather than cars. Just thought it'd be nice to go through the tax bands. Quick video to show you in the process of changing the air filter, which initially looked like a 2-second job because I just had 2 clips, pop it up, happy days, put the regular filter on. Oh no, not with this. Obviously they've got 2 pipes going to the air filter. Instead of just linking 2 pipes into one further down, obviously that'll be twin turbo, you've got 2 pipes. There's wires, tubes, sensors, you name it. The fuel filter's done. That wasn't bad, that was actually good to do, but still 4 pipes onto one little conventional filter, so that's done. Just to show you the parts. Genuine Jaguar ones, I don't think they've ever been changed. This was a genuine Jaguar air filter, which was minging, and you can understand probably why this thing's been left out. But when you get a look at this box from this angle, it just looks regular. But you spin it round, 2 mass airflow sensors, pipes going into it. You've got this damn thing here, which stops you from being able to angle it to be able to actually get the filter in. So yeah, not good. It's I said that A6 was a nightmare for the filter. This one beats it. It definitely does. Pain in the arse. Luckily though, oil filter's just there, fuel filter's done, air filter, and we've had to take the under tray off obviously to drop the oil, which I'll show you underneath when we get this back together.